On this edition of Forever Home, we're emptying out a giant swimming pool and turning that space into a workout room. Let's get going. Here we go. Hi friends, Drew here in beautiful Kennet Square, Pennsylvania. Phenomenal property back here. And the prior owners of this home had a endless swimming pool here in this enclosure that they added on the back of the garage. And the current owners just don't really have use for it, aren't really interested in using this space, had some concerns about the humidity problems that it was causing everyone in this room. And they'd really like to use this for other purposes, so what if we could convert this into a workout room? So today, Michael's getting started on getting the trim off. We're gonna rip all the drywall out of here and really kind of renovate the entire space. Deck boards have to come up, but before any of that can happen, this pool has to get emptied. So we've got our trash pump set up here, and I'll give you a tour of where this is headed to. But let's go ahead and get this thing fired up and start draining the pool, and we'll show you where it goes from here. So these trash pumps, you start by throwing a little water into the flywheel area, kind of get it primed, ready to go. And then it takes a few minutes for it to really suck that water, get it going through the pipe. But once it runs, it's pretty exciting. Here we go. All right, underway here. We got our prime cap back on, and we'll take you for a walk down the yard. The drain hose is only so long, so we throw that in the end of this 4-inch corrugated pipe, and then we're going to take that down here to the woods where it can disperse into the bushes. And we were worried about it, pumping out too fast, kind of eroding the ground. So what we decided to do here was spread it out in some plastic, so the water had a chance to really slow down, lose some of its momentum, and just sheet flow like it would in a large rainstorm. So we've got a little bit coming off of this side, some coming off down there at the bottom, and just allowing it to kind of spread out here into the brush. Nice and gentle, kind of river-like here. We kind of did a rough calculation of the pool water, and somewhere between 4,000 and 7,000 gallons of water at, 100 gallons a minute, whatever it's going to be. So you can see it just pouring out of the bottom of this pipe here. And so it shouldn't take too long to get it emptied. And again, the water's just going to kind of spread out here. It's going to make a couple new paths down into the brush, and that'll make sure we aren't causing any soil erosion while we're doing this process. Oh, that looks so pretty. I like it when a plan comes together. So we're going to pipe everything down out of the house. Michael's already working on pulling off the interior trim. And then, like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to completely gut this entire room. Drywall comes out, deck boards come off. We'll get down into the crawl space that's underneath and disassemble the endless swimming pool and dispose of that, get rid of that. So this is going bye-bye. And just like that, the pool is gone. We've got that out of here, and we'll walk you through the process of where we're at now. So it's been a productive couple of days here in Kennet, Pennsylvania. The guys have gotten the old endless pool system completely removed. The decking came off so we could get to the edge rails. The edge rails came off, the liner dropped in, the metal walls got unbolted and taken apart. All that has been transported out of here. And then we were able to clean the floor, clean down scrub down the block a little bit, get all the debris off of that, anything that was loose off of there. And then we treated that with 2 different products, from a Safe Coat product that helps protect the walls, keep the moisture out, so we're not getting a whole lot of moisture vapor coming through there. And that was something that the customer inspected out that she'd found that she was really happy with. So we've coated both the small pores in the center and the cement floor with one product, and the larger pores in the cement block on the walls with the other, and that'll help keep this space dry. We're still going to recommend that a dehumidifier be placed down here just to help keep ahead of any potential humidity problems that may take place underneath the floor. There's going to be a mini split unit up here in the main room above the floor. This is going to become a workout room for them. So we're going to have a mini split unit conditioning up here, but we do want to have a dehumidifier running downstairs in the basement. So part of the process before we started hosing down all the walls is there's a sump pit that was in here existing, but it did not have a pump. So our guys came through and they put the pump in. And we'll see if we can get to the spot here where you can see it. There's a check valve down there in the bottom, and then up the wall and out and under the porch. So that's all in place where it needs to be. So that's ready to rock and roll. If they really did have any kind of major water challenge down there, if necessary, we could put a second sump pump in there. For now, we've just drilled 2 holes in the cement down to the subgrade, so down to the stone, so any water that winds up in the old pool pit I can't imagine that we're going to have any kind of that volume of water get down on the floor, But if for some reason something were to happen, then it does have a place to drain to, and if it ever actually filled that, it would flow into the sump pit. So we've got those pieces set up. There's a little bit of discoloration still from where the metal was. If it oxidized at all, it may have left some staining there in the concrete, but we've scrubbed that the best we could, short of actually grinding the cement. It's just a crawl space. It's not being used down there, so it's not mission critical. So we've got that washed. You can see our quiet walk carpet padding is down there at the far end, just kind of waiting for us to get some flooring done. The next step that we need to do, now that we've gotten the decking out of here, we've gotten the pool out of here, ready to start working on putting in the new joist. Before we start stripping out all the drywall, we really want to have a safe work area and a good floor to walk on. So we'll take you down to the far end here. The guys are going to be taking and installing these new joists all the way across. We got joist hangers down the end. They've already marked the locations for where these are going. And once we get the floor joist in, then we can start putting in our 3/4 tongue and groove, which is hanging out in the garage, getting ready to be brought in. So new joists go in today. Hopefully we get some subfloor down today if things go smoothly. And once the subfloor is in, then we can prep plastic over that and start ripping out drywall. We're gonna demo everything that's in here, take everything down. She's concerned about just from the humidity, all the mold that may be growing on or behind things. There's a little bit of surface mold showing up here on the ceiling, and there's some right here on this side that she wants to get rid of. It's fairly minor. We don't get into major remediation work, but just the little things that we're seeing. We may find stuff in the back of the drywall I'm not expecting to. That's just actually more moisture than anything else, and that could be from the attic ventilation not being setting up correctly. We'll find that out when we get to the part. I'm a little concerned about the vinyl. They've got vinyl wallpaper, looks like, on the wall, and we are seeing some discoloration behind that. So we'll see what happens when we start taking things down. We're gonna set up some fans in these windows. We're gonna blow all the air out to suck air through and get it outside. Once we get all of the drywall demoed throughout here, we'll get down to studs, we'll get down to insulation. We're probably gonna get rid of the fiberglass insulation. She wants us to use the rock wool product, which is a mineral wool stone, basically, insulation product. So it gets rid of any of the chemicals that may be found in insulation products, in the yellow insulation products. So that'll come out. We'll check all the stud bays. We're gonna make sure that everything behind the drywall is clean and clear. If we find anything substantial, then we can look into what we need to do to remediate that, whether that's bringing in a remediation company or whether we treat it with some Fiberlock 𝗗𝘂𝘀, or if it's very minor, maybe just some concrobium spray. So we'll see what's going on with that and what the best course of action is going to be once we get things apart. So to get the new floor down, drywall comes out, we do some inspections. Meanwhile, the HVAC team needs to get in here and start getting their measurements in for the mini split, put any blocking in the wall that they're gonna need to run their electric, get all those pieces in, and assuming we don't find anything catastrophic behind these walls, then we can start insulating, we can start doing our rough electric, we can get that HVAC unit in here. Once we get this whole place sealed up tight again, we can go ahead and paint, get everything ready, and then we need to get that HVAC system on, get our dehumidifier running underneath the floor, and this room has to acclimate for 5 to 7 days before we put the hardwood flooring product in as per the manufacturer's instructions. So this project's gonna get put on pause while the HVAC does its work and gets everything to a consistent, even temperature and relative humidity. Then we're gonna bring that flooring product into this room. It's getting delivered on Monday, so we're gonna bring that product in. It's gonna have to acclimate in here for another 2 or 3 days. And once it's had that acclimation period and the room is set and consistent, then we can start installing that product in order to stick in conjunction with what the manufacturer recommends to avoid excessive expansion, contraction, squeaking, all those kind of problems. So it's never a guarantee, but these are the steps that you wanna take. We'll have the moisture meter out, we'll be checking boards, making sure that we're where we need to be before we actually go and install the product. So that's where we're at on this phase of things right now. The guys are outside working on cutting stuff. We got our joist hangers here ready to go. They're gonna start cutting all these joists and getting them set to size. And then it's just gonna be a matter of bringing them in and installing them. So guys are working on that, and we're making good progress here today. So if we can solve a problem for you, there's nothing that we don't do. Roofing, siding, windows, doors, decks, anything on the inside of your home, bathrooms, kitchens, basements, plumbing, electrical, drywall, spackle, paint. If you want to build a custom dream house, we can help you with that. In addition, a garage, whatever it may be, whatever problem is plaguing you, give our team a call, 484-748-0008. Choose option 2 for Cope-Built, your full service construction and renovation company. And extension 2 for new projects. We are Pennsylvania Home Improvement Contractor number 88078, licensed in Newcastle County 10490. and we'd be glad to help you out. So fastest way to reach our team, take a picture of your problem, message us right here on Facebook. Click that contact us button and send us some pictures of what's going on, a little description. We'll get you a quick, fast, easy ballpark, and then we can start talking about next steps from there. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, click the notifications bell, leave a comment down below what you learned or tell us about the projects that you're working on. We'd love to hear from you down there in the comments section. For now, this is Drew in Kennet Square, Pennsylvania. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today on this episode of Forever Home. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.